Welcome to this session, which is bubbly and full of creativity. This lesson today, all we are going to do is creativity. If you want to know how to make an Easter nest, this is your class, this is your day, and you're going to learn so much. So, my name is Montresi. I'm from Jorokani, courtesy of Bake and Top. And kama kawaida, what do we do every Monday at 1:30? We show you how to be creative with your baking, give you tips, give you skills, and we will always be creative, be innovative, and also be very tuna spread our wings very well. Sindio? So guys, today's class is very educative. I loved it. I have loved the creations. This is something that you are going to do at home, and it is going to catch everybody by surprise, and they'll be like, wow, what you've made is fantastic. Okay? So guys, today we are making an Easter nest, and with the Easter nest, we are going to fill it with cake and definitely fill it with homemade Easter eggs. Okay? All right? Homemade Easter eggs. And we also have the Easter nest. So this is the nest. I'm going to show you how to make your nest. A very nice nest, edible. Everything we are having today is 100% edible, okay? Then inside, we are going to fill it with eggless muffins, okay? So chocolate on chocolate or vanilla with white chocolate, okay? And just a touch, we are going to use gold leaves, okay? So these are gold leaves, and let me just pop it for you so that you can get to see how they look. So these are our gold leaves, and this is what is going to pop our Easter nest, okay? So on we go. So first of all, this is the end product. This is how our Easter nest with the eggs looks like. So this has been accumulated. We are going to have the Easter nest, we are going to have the muffins inside, and then afterwards we are going to have the eggs on top. So number one, what do? You're going to have your baking tray, your muffins tray, the baking sheet that you use for your muffins, okay? So I have just turned it upside down. Then what is going to be the layer between the tin and the nest is my muffin case, okay? So we are using our 110 that fills the baking tray, okay? So spread them like this. Then ingredient number one that you need is chocolate, all right? So you need some melted chocolate, and using your pastry brush, okay? Using your pastry brush, you can literally scoop your chocolate and lift. So don't let it be too runny, so that by the time you're even applying it on your case, on your muffin case, it's going to set very well, okay? So step number one, pick your pastry brush, dip it in the melted chocolate, then gently you apply, okay? So you're going to do this step, you're going to do these layers for up to around 5 times, so that we can get a very heavy coating for the nest. If you do a very thin coating, your nest is going to break, okay? So ours, we've done a very nice coat. You can see I can literally just pick it up and roll it. So very nice. I did 7 coats on this, and it has turned out very well. Then I put it in the freezer so that it can get to be very, very solid, okay? So we can do this, the first layer. So if your chocolate is well melted, you can even dip your paper, but be careful not to dip the inside. So this being my first layer, I'm just going to coat. So give it a very nice coat till the end. So we're only going to do one, just to illustrate with one how to do the layer. So we'll do one layer, but remember you can always repeat. So I didn't want mine to be very runny, so that it can just spread very well. So the gummier it is, the best it is to apply, okay? So you should have something like that. And what is your mold? What is the reason as to why we are having our muffin baking tray? So that the moment you get all the chocolate on top of the muffin case, your mold is going to be the muffin baking tray, okay? So cover it like that. If you're having a smaller brush, the better. So the moment you do it like this, okay, this way, you put it on the mold. So once you put it on the mold, shape it so that it can take the shape of the muffin tray, okay? So you leave it out like that. Then repeat for all of them, all right? First layer for all of them, then put it in the chiller so that your chocolate can get to solidify, okay? Then from there, do the second layer for all of them, put them back in the chiller. Do this 7 times so that you can get a very nice layer for the nest, okay? So this is our nest, and this is the process that we've used, okay? So the first coating should be a little bit thick so that it can sit very well on the muffin case. Then repeat 7 times as you put it in the chiller, okay? So the last coat, it's just a coat that you're going to just do very nice designs using your pastry brush, okay? So as you can see the very nice formation of the lines that we've done, and I added a little bit of the gold dust inside the chocolate so that we can get it to have an impression of like a normal nest. A normal nest has a few particles here and there, whether it is grass, whether it's a flower. So I put a little bit of the gold leaves inside my last layer of the melted chocolate. Then I did very nice lines so that it can give the impression. So this is just an impression, nothing fancy that we did. You just use your pastry brush, okay? So with that, you're going to have your nest, all right? Then the next step is to what? Is to do your nest, is to fill your nest with the what? With the muffins, okay? So what we are filling our nest with is an eggless muffin, chocolate flavored, okay? So for this, what you do is you take your muffins, then take out the paper gently so that you avoid to break the muffin. You take out the paper. Remember, we are doing an Easter nest bowl. So peel out the paper in your muffin so that you can have a very easy time to do what? You can have a very easy time to set up your nest and fill it with the eggless muffin, okay? So we're going to do for 3, or we can even do 5, so that we can get to have a very nice look on it. So peel very gently, and if you can see, guys, our eggless muffin is firm and fluffy at the same time. You see? The consistency, the texture, the networking of the muffin is perfect, okay? So this is very good also for your Easter. If you want to do it with the vanilla, make sure your nest is either chocolate or you can use it with white chocolate. So if you use the white chocolate, gives you also something that is very, very, very beautiful, all right? So we are going to take out 4 muffins. So peel very gently to avoid to break your muffin, okay? Then, now, we are now going to where we are going to fill our nest with the muffin. Okay, you feel it? Very hard. As I've mentioned, we've done 7 layers. So your 7 layers should be very hard, very firm, to avoid your nest from breaking and collapsing. Okay? So now let's fill our nest. We're only going to do 4 nests. So I can put the others aside. Okay. So your nest is ready. Pick your muffin, drop in. We do it for all the other muffins, for the nests. Okay. To look like this. All right. This is how it should look like. Next step, put your piping bag with a nozzle of preference so that we can get to fill the top. Remember a nest. How does a nest look like? An initial nest for a bird has a little bit of grass on top. It doesn't look really, it's not very decent. So what we've done here, you see the impression that I have made on top? So this is what we are going for. So this is our grass. Initially, this is our grass. But what are we going to use? I'm not going to use chocolate. I'm going to use bacon top chocolate whipping cream. Okay? So I'm going to fill in my nozzle and piping bag. So I just fill very well to give my impression. So your whipping cream should be well whipped, very firm and stable, so that by the time you're going to pipe it out and put some decor on top of your nest, it's going to come out very well. Okay? And like that, I'm ready to go. Okay? So I'm going to lift one and then we cover together. All right? So from the sides, you're going to gently take it round so that it covers. Okay? That's it. So that's just how you cover the nest to give the grass impression. Okay? All right? So we do this for the rest of the nests. So remember, we are using our chocolate whipping cream. If you had gone for white chocolate with your vanilla eggless muffins, you would go for white cream. Okay? So remember, Easter is all about the fun and the creativity on the eggs, the Easter eggs. You will have the Easter nest, and for us, we are doing chocolate on chocolate. Okay? We put aside. Take you that nest. Remember, start from the sides so that you can feel very well. And remember, the moment you're doing 7 layers, you can see my nests are just out and they're not melting. Okay? So if you do a thin layer, you're not going to get the firm consistency for the nest, for the base. So you just fill round, put aside, waiting for the final touch. Then your last nest, start from the side so that you fill it very well. If you'd want to go with the 1M nozzle, that is also very much okay. So you fill very well. Guys, how you do the grass is definitely up to you. So if you'd want it to be more, the merrier. If you'd want it to be less, just make sure it covers the muffin so that even the moment we are getting the illustration on the nest, we don't want to see the cake. Okay? The cake is just like a fill for the inside. And if you'd also want to use chocolate filling, it also works very, very well. Okay, so we've covered our nest and the muffin with the cream. Okay, so we've used our chocolate whipping cream, our bacon top chocolate whipping cream. Okay, so it gets a little bit messy once you're doing so, so always have your gloves on. Okay, so next, now we go to the fun part where we are going to use the Easter eggs. Okay, so always gear up with your gloves to avoid, remember we are working with chocolate, so the moment you work with your chocolate and you've not even put on your gloves, the heat from your hand is going to make the chocolate melt. Okay, so this is my Easter egg made from scratch. Okay, I made my Easter egg from scratch. You can make your Easter eggs in very many ways. I made with the simplest design. One, I had my muffin. Okay, you take your muffin. All right, remember we are using eggless chocolate muffin. We said we are going to do chocolate on chocolate for the Easter eggs. Okay, so you take your chocolate muffin, you crush it, and then add your dark chocolate or your milk compound chocolate. So to eat, the moment you add, you give it a very nice mix, and it's going to give you a very nice mold. You mold it into your eggs and then dip it into either white chocolate or dip it in the dark chocolate. Okay, so after molding your cake with chocolate, dip it in molds of an egg form, then dip in white chocolate or dip it in dark chocolate. That is step number one. Step number two, like this, we have fondant. Okay, so take your cake. Definitely you have covered it with you've dipped it in chocolate, and then you form your egg molds. And then what do? Take your fondant. This gives you a luxury kind of a look for your eggs. Take your fondant, roll it out very well, then cover your egg mold made of cake with your fondant, and then now you can do the final touches with, remember what are we doing our final touches with? We are using gold leaves. Okay, so you can either use gold leaves or you can either use gold powder. Okay, so to give a very nice finish, a very luxury kind of a finish. So you can also make this very fun for your customers. You can even pack for them when it is not fully complete. So just mold the eggs for them, cover them with fondant or dip them in chocolate, then give it a creativity for your customers. Pack for them with a little bit of the gold, so that the moment they get their eggs, what do? They can just paint the eggs for themselves. Okay, so when they paint the eggs for themselves, what are they going to use? Give them a touch of colors, give them red color, give them blue color. They can paint for themselves, and it becomes a very fun activity for your customers. Okay, another way, and it is very quick, and you can do it very quickly. You can use a boiled egg. So boil your eggs, then peel very well to give you the very white layer. Then from there, now you can just really paint very well. That is for someone who just wants to enjoy it like that. But that is just something else that you can use. Okay, so at this point, our eggs are ready. You just pick one egg after the other and place gently on your Easter nest. Okay, remember to use gloves here, because the moment you touch your chocolate with your bare hands, your hands are a little bit warm, so you're going to melt the chocolate, and if you melt the chocolate, it's going to leave an impression on the egg. Okay, so you just spread them out very well. You can either do small eggs so that you can have a chunk of them on top. Okay, so if I want this to stick, just gonna give it a base of cream so that it sticks well on the other eggs. So do this for all the nests that you've created. Doesn't look like much work, but needs a lot of patience, especially when you're making the nest. If you're not patient enough, you're gonna get a nest that is very weak and cannot hold anything or any creation that you're doing, okay? So you need to be very careful, very patient, and also be very proud of your creations, okay? So we finish with our last egg. So I kind of painted the white ones with a little bit of red and blue, but you can also use yellow. Yellow also gives a very fantastic pop. So there you go with your eggs. Then give it a final finish with the gold leaves. So for the gold leaves, I'm just going to touch them with my hands. Picking them with the gloves is a little bit difficult. So remember, your leaves are always so many, you don't need too much. You just need a little, okay? Just one leaf to pop it is good. And guys, there you go. A very quick design for your Easter, very unique, and also not time consuming, and also not pricey for your customers, okay? The ingredients that you're going to use are very little. You only need eggless muffins, chocolate, and that's it. You don't need to go buy lots of ingredients, lots of stuff that are going to take you ages so that you can get them and even prepare your Easter egg, okay? So this is very awesome, very nice. And now we'd want to at least even have a try, see how it is, and definitely get to give feedback, okay? So remember, the ingredients are very easy to get. You only need chocolate. You can either use dark compound chocolate or milk compound chocolate or white compound chocolate, depending with what you want, okay? Depending with the kind of design that you want, all right? So after that, you're also going to need muffins. You're gonna choose if you want muffins with eggs, but for us, we preferred the eggless muffins. So you can either do them with vanilla or you can either do them with chocolate, all right? So the decorating part is also very easy. You can either decorate your eggs with chocolate, or to give you a luxury finish, you can do it with fondant, okay? So once you do it with fondant, gives you also a very posh luxury design. So thank you guys for watching this. And today we are having a very, very interesting and important guest. And we are going to invite him so that he can come, have a taste of what we have. Then also he's going to mention who he is. He's going to introduce himself. He's going to give you his social handles, and we are going to be in the right track. So karibu sana. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes.
Welcome, welcome. Maybe you can introduce yourself, tell our guests who you are.
Okay. Hi there, back at home or from any place they are watching us. My name is Icon Kieka. I'm a social media influencer, maybe a content creator. That's what I do.
Okay.
Yes.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yes.
We are Njorokaning from Bacon Top, and we always have our live demos every Monday from 1:30. Thank you so much for being part of this live.
Yes.
And purposely, what we'd want you to do is to give us a final say of what we have made. So we have made an Easter nest.
Yes.
The Easter nest is made from chocolate. Then we filled it with an eggless muffin. So for the eggless muffin, we have used premixes from us, made by Njorokaning. So we make lots of premixes for muffins, for cakes, for pound cakes, for cupcakes. But today we went with the muffins. So we did it with eggless. So that has been our centerpiece inside the nest. Then we filled it with, we've made a grass impression with our chocolate whipping cream. And we also have our white whipping cream. So with the chocolate whipping cream has given us more of like a grass nest, grass impression. Then we've topped with rare homemade eggs, Easter eggs. So we were doing this and showing everybody and teaching them on how to work with the Easter eggs, so that in preparation for the Easter festival that is in the coming weekend, they can at least have an idea, or even if they want to make it at home, or for the visitors, if they're having a dessert for Easter, this can be very, very good for them. So we want you to maybe pick one, have one, and get to try. Karibu sana.
It's okay. So I taste the cakes?
Yes, you can taste the cakes. I'm gonna give you a serviette, and you can pick any of your choice.
Okay.
Yes. So for that, everything is edible. You can bite from whichever angle. You can start with an egg, then proceed to the rest. You can have a spoon if you want.
This is the chocolate.
And it also has cake.
Yes, I can. It has the original taste, kind of. You can feel it.
You can feel it.
Yes, you can taste it.
It's awesome.
Yes.
Very awesome.
Yes.
Okay. Want to have a spoon to dig in?
Maybe.
Yes. So guys, he's having a touch of the grass made of the bacon top whipping cream, and the centerpiece, which is the eggless muffin. How is it?
It has a good flavor. You can enjoy it.
You can enjoy it.
Yes.
Have you ever had an eggless cake?
Never before, but they always say they use some eggs, but not really. But these are. It has some taste. You can feel it.
You can feel a nice feel.
Yes, it's
Okay.
there. The taste of some eggs. So this is the whipping cream.
Yes, that's the whipping cream.
Very sweet.
It's very nice.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank
Yes,
you so
I
much.
appreciate it.
So that is yours. You can have it, enjoy it, and definitely get to give us feedback, and also maybe get to tell people around you that we have the best products, we have the best premixes, the best whipping cream. I have loved that you have enjoyed the cream, and definitely we are going to be posting more about it.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having us, and we are grateful for having you.
I appreciate it. It's a good meal.
It's a nice one.
Maybe say a dessert.
It's a dessert, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I appreciate
Thank you so much. And guys, it's a wrap on today's class, and it is very fantastic that we are having someone who is not part of Bacon Top, who will even enjoy our products firsthand, and they loved it. He has loved our cream, he has loved the muffin, and also the egg that is homemade. Let me tell you guys, it is superb. It is fantastic. So I would just want to leave you with one word: Bacon Top Tosha. So that is it for today, and thank you for joining. Thank you everybody who has tuned in, and maybe I can pick up questions or maybe shout outs to anyone who has responded. Shout outs to everybody who is watching. Oh, we have quite a lot of guys. Thank you so much. Your names are a bit difficult. But to everybody who is tuning in from Eldoret, tuning in from Nakuru, tuning in from Nairobi, everybody who is in this live, thank you guys for participating. Thank you for always tuning in. Thank you for always watching. And we say asante sana. So our demos, our live classes are always at 1:30 every Monday. Don't miss, don't be left out. Always be ready to learn, as we are ready to share knowledge with you. Asanteni sana. Thank you for watching. Kwa wale wako YouTube, kwa wale wako Facebook, thank you so much. See you again next week, same place, same time. Thank you so much.